1.5, Curtis.
His blood sugar?
The
Yeah,
1.5 units of Humulog.
we just,
Mm.
dude, we want to take that B, the overnight B.
About to get paid right here.
We're gonna spill this B, Z, and then fucking go down to this Y overnight. It's like, here we go. Here we go.
Like the money goes into my piggy bank.
Dude, we got, if we have the momentum, we're gonna come right into these fucking single prints down here all the way to fucking '06.
Fuck. Yeah, I gotta give Curtis this thing.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome. Good morning to everyone.
Nice stop loss down to the bottom of G period
Little bounce right there.
for one of my contracts here.
Hey, what's up,
Guys.
everybody? You guys are getting like a little inside look at how it sounds inside of the room.
Yeah, you guys are on it. You guys sound like the stock market. They be yelling in there, you know what I'm saying?
Usually don't trade the open, but you know what? It's just ripe and juicy this morning. So
That's what Brad says, right? He said if it's ripe for the picking, let it come to you.
yeah,
Did I say that?
Yeah, you were saying that when it's ripe for the picking.
Hey Brad, watch out, dude. They're putting in a lot of value down here at 1920. Then
Yeah, I had my stop and take profit already, so I'm out now.
I got my stop at.
I just cut the
22.50.
Guys.
Okay.
Get your favorite coffee. Get a bang or something. Okay, here, look, I got y'all ready.
You guys drinking coffee?
We're gonna be going over some good news, right? Nothing trading wise today, nothing crazy. We'll have Brad, we'll have Brad talk a little bit about where he sees the market going. But overall, we're gonna be going over news today, and we are going to be discussing more fundamentally based things.
Like the long right here.
I'm gonna wait for everyone to get in. We have 34 viewers so far. See if we can run up that number, guys. Let's see if we can get more viewers and we can pack up the chat, and I can get started.
If we can't come above 21.25, I'm not seeing the long.
We got Paul, Eduardo, Andrew, Gustavo.
We got this buy
Joe
down at the bottom between 1650 and 1725 that we run through that. We should be going some more stops.
Yeah, it definitely stops down like those stops at Y.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I got a huge buy bounce over there on the print chart showing that. So
I just want to see them break this buy and bounce right here. They're putting all this value in right here, and so it looks like they're gonna hold for a second. So we might be able to catch, like a pop up to this R3 and then down from there.
yeah, I'm trying to see if this is just take profit or if these are real buyers.
It looks like sellers. That's what it looks like.
It looks like this looks like they're taking profit right here because
Yeah.
we just hit this selling balance over here at 20 to 2050, and then we're getting bought back right there at the same spot. So I think they might be selling back right there too. Huge seller, dude, at this 21.75. It's 2,000 on the order book. 2,000 traded.
Billings on.
Here we go, about to spill over through.
There's the Y tip.
Yeah, we're about to see this out.
Yeah, sellers are coming in right here. There's a support zone down here, 42.1725 to 42.1625. Buyers are coming back in right here. Yeah.
We had Delta go from 10,000 at that open, the pop. We're down to 3,000 right now.
Nice.
So we got a lot of aggressive selling going on.
What do you need, Curtis?
All right, guys, we can get started with some of these news articles and stuff. So this is a different kind of series. We're gonna be going over the crypto space news, Bitcoin news more in particular, but we're gonna be moving into things like altcoins, Ethereum, the entire crypto space as a whole. It's gonna be a good change of pace. We're not really going over trading too much on this particular video, but
Some sellers coming in right here.
at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, We'll always do this, so that way you guys can get your little daily dose of news, get some good updates on what's happening, how the crypto space is going, and then we can go into trading, just so we can get a good picture of where things are heading in the broader spectrum of things. I know we get kind of fixated on trading, and that is one aspect of things, and that is its own individual skill. But we can also get some fundamentals and look at what is behind what we trade.
We got 1975. We got a lot of 1975. That's the ceiling right there. Because if we bust 1975,
There's a news report coming out right now.
On where?
The market manufacturing PMI for the U.S.
Can you link me it?
10 seconds, 6:45. 61.5 expected. I'll tell you, 62.1. Slight beat. So let's see how the market reacts. Typically, what will happen is they'll give us a little pop, block, and drop.
Hey. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Low is at 1975, and then we're putting a lot of value right there in that area.
Brad, I'm gonna mute you on you and Jim on Discord, just so you guys can talk.
Yeah.
And then okay, got you.
So I mean, that might be resistance for this morning right now, dude. If we don't.
All right, guys. I have to mute them. They're discussing like where the market may be going. So, first things first, we have the cryptocurrency prices live. So we have all the coins, their market cap, and their metrics. We have Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin right now is 37,342. The market cap is at 698.72 billion. Volume for the last 24 hours is 19.38 billion. Ethereum 2,653. So it's been up for 4.54% last 24 hours. ADA, number 4 space, 4.5%, not too bad. Binance Coin up 3.33%. XRP 1.73%. Doge for whatever reason. DOT, USDC, and Uni. Those are the top 10 coins. It really does seem like Ethereum is doing a healthier bounce than and my voice is cracked. Yes, I heard that. Yes, my voice cracked. Seems like we're doing a really healthy bounce, especially for Ethereum. So we can get started. We can read some news. So far, worst a month for Bitcoin price in 10 years. 5 things to watch in Bitcoin. Strong hands are hodling stronger than ever as of May 2021, or as May 2021 lines up to be the worst May ever for Bitcoin. Inflation spooks macro mood. It's a quiet day for stocks and commodities thanks to holidays in the United States, United Kingdom, and elsewhere in the West. That said, Asian markets are mostly stable anyway, as traders gear up for the beginning of the traditional slower summer period. Zooming out, however, and the picture gets decisively less zooming out, however, and the picture gets decisively less steady. The reason sources are telling mainstream media is inflation. Long a concern amid the international rebound from the coronavirus, fueled by huge central bank liquidity creation, the long-term impact of engineered recoveries worldwide is looming large on the horizon. Some telltale signs are already here, such as spiraling manufacturing costs, which may not be fully reflected. Policymakers have committed to accepting a higher level of inflation, higher volatility in inflation, and as that happens, you will see inflation moving structurally higher. Mixo Das, an equity strategist at JP Morgan Asia, told Bloomberg. And again, guys, my reading's a little rusty. Give me a sec. I gotta get into it. Okay, it's my first time doing this, so I'm gonna make sure you guys get some of these news. I know everyone, that is listening wants a lot of condensed information, and we're gonna try to provide that. We will try to provide that. Inflation is, by its very nature, the antithesis of a Bitcoin standard, given the cryptocurrency's fixed supply and diminishing issuance curve, which cannot be manipulated. As such, demand from institutions and those with large exposure to cash should continue to expand in line with inflation, which is being increasingly tolerated by central banks at higher levels, which is not a good thing. In debate about Bitcoin's energy usage earlier this month, I think we can all relate to what happened here, all right? Saifedean Amos, author of the Bitcoin Standard, suggested that around 10% of global wealth is already eradicated by inflation every year. Wow. That is crazy. So pretty much, right? I mean, guys, you know, it really honestly doesn't matter at the end of the day. Okay, it doesn't. Like Bitcoin hedges against inflation. It's algorithmically designed to be scarce. And no one's ever going to say that it's going to go anywhere else but up, because it's going to go up. The rate at which it goes up, that is to be determined, but the overall trajectory is up. So over here, you know, as such, demand from institutions and those with larger exposure to cash should continue to expand in line with inflation, which is being increasingly tolerated by central banks at a higher level. So when you have banks having a lot of, you know, cash and reserves, when you have anybody who has a lot of reserves, they tend to... Did I mute myself? Okay, good. I don't want to be in their ears. So they tend to just pretty much sit on a bunch of their money, because they can't always be invested in something, because it's just their reserves. They're just going to let it sit there until they have something to invest it in. And what's going to happen is that the rate of monetary expansion is going to continue, which means that the rate at which your dollars is worth less is going to keep going faster and faster and faster and faster. And that's all that means. So why keep cash when you can just buy Bitcoin that's designed to hedge against inflation and maintain the value, if not increase the value of what you have? And people can argue that this 50% correction, you know, this and that or whatever. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what's going to be worth more now and what's going to be worth more later on? We got to think about it in the bigger perspective. Things are going to, you know, Bitcoin's going to be worth a lot in the future. And it's, you know, are they really going to invest all those reserves in anything anytime soon, you know? So weak hands can't stop selling. It's somewhat gloomy. It is somewhat a gloomy picture for Bitcoin hodlers on Monday, as the weekend failed to produce signs of a bullish price rebound. At the time of this writing, BTC USD is under $36,000, having slowly drifted downward since hitting local highs of $41,000 last week. Those highs came soon after another retest of $30,000 support that saw Bitcoin bounce at $31,000, reestablishing the familiar trading corridor it has moved in since the capitulation event earlier in May. Depending on who you ask, this setup is either a golden accumulation opportunity or a nightmare, and the split seems to match with market experience. According to fresh data from on-chain monitoring resource Glassnode, at current levels, old hands are adding to their BTC stack, while recent buyers continue to sell them. This is classic weak hands to strong direction, and it's nothing new, but its pace is increasing. Miners too are back to buying, reversing a brief cascade of selling which accompanied the first dip to 30,000. So right there, guys, alone, right there, we have it in the article. They're talking about how Glassnode says that the data is suggesting that there's a, you know, weak hands to strong hands transfer, where at current levels, old hands are adding to their BTC stack, which people who are either hodling or whatever it may be, they're adding to their stack, and recent buyers continue to sell them, which means that they most likely bought at the top or some level that it puts their portfolio in the negative. They're going to sell those Bitcoins. They don't want to hold on to that. They don't want to keep that any longer than they want to. They bought the top. Their portfolio is decreasing every day. They're not going to hold on to that, man. Like, you know what, guys? If you put your money in anything and it's going down and it's just decreasing, like, are you going to hold on to that? No, you're going to let go of it, and it's completely normal. It's the way the market runs. But, you know, the old hands, they're adding to their stack even though the price dropped. But that's because they've already been in the game and they're exposed and they know how it works. And a lot of those old hands at some point, right, had to be new buyers to know how the game works, to continue adding to that stack. So, good food for thought. Here's the picture, right? So we're definitely in an accumulation phase right now. So on here, this chart is insane. Popular Twitter account Lark Davis responded, highlighting the sense of excitement among longtime market participants. Bitcoin's weekly relative strength index, a key metric for divining overbought and oversold territory, is also circling lows, which have been only beaten by the March 2020 crash and the $3,100 capitulation in December 2018. That's wild. That is crazy. So we haven't been oversold this long since December 2018. Key price averages cause headaches for bulls. In terms of bull or bears, they are lined in the sand for traders, which Bitcoin still needs to preserve to retain its bull market crown. In the latest market update, Trading Suite Decent Trader highlighted the 200-day moving average and 20-week moving average as significant levels to watch. The 200-day moving average currently sits just above 40,000, the place at which Bitcoin saw rejection last week, while 20-week moving average is higher at near $49,000. Should Bitcoin find sufficient demand in the low 30s, the 20-week moving average should be expected to act as resistance, says a decent trader. A lower drop would likely make the low 20s or the 78.6% retracement a likely target. As such, price action over the next week particularly important. Okay, so pretty much we're in the area where it's kind of like do or die time. We may either go up, we may go down, but some people are suggesting that, you know, the 20-week moving average is a significant level to watch, and that the 200 daily moving average is also another level to look at. So, you know, we really got to keep our eyes open here and just see where we're going, because, you know, the trend direction is uncertain. Is very, very uncertain. So the idea that Bitcoin could descend to its 2017 high of $20,000 is unpopular for many, including Plan B, the creator of the stock-to-flow based price models. While acknowledging that his models were still being tested by price swings, the idea of a fresh capitulation down to $20,000 is not something he considers likely. Of course, I disagree. Stock-to-flow and on-chain point to much higher prices. Much higher prices. Time will tell, he said during Twitter disclosures last week. He added that Bitcoin's realized price, a calculation of BTC USD based on the price at which each coin last moved, is now $23,000. Realized price is what, you know, the market judges this, or, you know, characterizes this to be worth at whatever given time. Apparently, the realized price is now $23,000, which I guess is good, and, you know, it's really, really bullish, but, you know, who else knows, right? Who else knows? During the 2013 and 2017 bull runs, realized price shot up by an order of magnitude, and this year it's yet to copy them. At 23,000, we have something to say to go. We have some way to go, in my opinion. He commented alongside a chart showing realized price against the 200-week moving average. Well, that's interesting. So, I mean, we have the realized price, like, you know, literally bouncing off of that 200-week moving average. So we may come back, you know, a little bit lower, and you know, maybe cool off. Who knows, right? Who honestly knows at this point what's gonna happen? We have more articles though. Funding rates soothe concerns. Not really too important. Don't wanna beat a dead, you know, beat a dead horse here, right? So the daily hodl. Here's why central banks could add Bitcoin and crypto to their balance sheets, according to Cathie Wood. This is interesting. It's very interesting. This is a nice and short one. Cathie Wood, founder of global asset management company ARK Invest, says she sees a scenario where central banks could start accumulating Bitcoin and other crypto assets. In a new episode of the Breakdown podcast, the superstar hedge fund manager says her firm believes that deflation, not inflation, will hit global markets as consumer demand shifts from commodities to services. We are thinking the much higher probability is deflation. I know most people think that's crazy given what's going on, but we have seen a crack in some commodity prices already. Lumber, an important one. What we think has happened here is consumers have spent the last year spending their money on only things that they could, and those are goods, durables and non-durable goods. Businesses were behind the curve even before the coronavirus because of the inverted yield curve. They were afraid of a recession, so they were fearful and positioned conservatively. Consumers took off buying goods and now are being vaccinated. They're going to shift their market basket from goods to services. So I think what's going to happen here is businesses which may be double or triple and quadruple ordering right to try and get supplies. I can't even read right now. Quadruple ordering right now to try to get supplies. They're going to get those supplies as the market basket is shifting towards services, and I think commodity prices are going to have a significant fall into next year. With commodity prices sinking as businesses try to get rid of excess supply, Wood predicts that emerging markets will take a massive hit. She adds that the effects of deflation will cascade into the fiat currencies of emerging markets, which will drive their central banks to seek refuge in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. She says, I think, though, in emerging markets, if commodity prices come down, A lot of them are linked to commodity prices. Their currencies will come under pressure. I think I think what will happen as currencies come under pressure, the velocity of their money will increase as more and more of their population shift into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency assets. This is always true. When you're talking about currencies, inflation, deflation, it hits different regions of the world differently. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these emerging market central banks start accumulating Bitcoin and other currencies. If they know their currency is going down and they would be under attack for as reserves go down, maybe they have a balance sheet with Bitcoin and other crypto assets. Yeah, that's insane. I mean, why not, right? I mean, we're literally just talking about that. Like, literally, why not? Why would you not buy Bitcoin? Why would you not add it to your, to your pot? Literally says here, it says right here that they're thinking that, the probability is deflation, and people are afraid of a recession. They're fearful. They're being conservative. And it says right here, they're going to shift their market basket from goods to services. So, I mean, right? There's a big mind shift happening behind everything. It's kind of crazy, super crazy. Bitcoin will surge 500% this year as tsunami of cash comes back to crypto, says BTC firebrand Max Keiser. So, Max Keiser, he's like definitely one of the guys to watch out for Bitcoin. Really cool guy. Search him up on YouTube. He's super smart. He's been in since day one. So early Bitcoin investor and proponent Max Keiser is undeterred by the recent crypto market crash. In an interview on the Wolf of All Streets podcast, Keiser says massive money printing and fresh signs of inflation will force companies to increasingly buy BTC this year. It's like a pattern to this. There's like a rhythm to this. He sees corporations taking part in Bitcoin and the Bitcoin buying spree that fuels 50% price surge by the end of 2021. I'm sorry, 500% price surge by the end of 2021. When corporate America really runs out of room to finagle and to escape the Bitcoin reality, they've got to make the move. I think it happens in 2021. My price target for 2021 is still $220,000 per Bitcoin. It is an aggressive price target, but it is based on the US dollar running into several troubles. Keiser points to MicroStrategy's initial 1 billion Bitcoin purchase, spearhead by CEO Michael Saylor, as the tipping point of an era of corporate investments in Bitcoin. He's thrown down the gauntlet. And so now every CFO and every CEO and every board member of every public company now has to take that on board. Keiser also highlights comments from legendary institutional investor Paul Tudor Jones, who says BTC is a digital form of gold that is likely the fastest horse in the race in an era of inflation. Institutions realizing that inflation is a fact, not transitory. It's secular. It's structural. It's here for the long haul. And if you're not protecting yourself, you're going to be wiped out. And as Paul Tudor Jones said about Bitcoin, it's the fastest horse in the race when he's comparing it to gold, for example. So you get this wave, a tsunami of cash comes back into Bitcoin. Interesting stuff, right? Interesting stuff. Super interesting stuff. Yo, Brad.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah.
So, like, right here, right, we got Iran places a halt on Bitcoin mining over the next 4 months.
Okay.
So, like, as far as, like, seeing, like, the overall perspective, like, from how you see Bitcoin going, how do you think other countries are going to react to it, since it's, like, disrupting their local currencies and stuff, their governing currencies?
So basically it's just gonna I just don't know what their holdings are. I'd have to look it up to see how Iran's holdings are of Bitcoin, and it would just really just depend on it's not as big of a deal as like when India was putting out the news that they were going to ban it because that they're big into crypto.
Yeah.
I think Iran has a pretty decent size of crypto, but I'd have to look it up to see more.
Well, what do you other than the fact that Iran has it, like, how do you see it, as far as structure goes, how do you see, Bitcoin reacting with the Iran, population and its government? Just as, your opinion, what do you think is what's going to happen as other countries start noticing that Bitcoin is seeping into their populations?
It's gonna cause some civil unrest because basically some of these weaker governments are trying to ban crypto in order to maintain their power, maintain control, right? And with crypto, the great thing about crypto is that people are able to move money, without having to deal with unnecessary taxes or unnecessary issues that the government forces upon us. I mean, like think about it. You get a paycheck that gets taxed, and then you go to the store to buy groceries, and that gets taxed, and then you have to drive a car to get to the grocery store, and that gets taxed, and then everything is just getting taxed. So people like buying stuff with crypto because they don't have to pay tax on it. And so it saves them money in the long run, and that's what the government doesn't want because that's how they make money is through taxes. So if they can't be getting every piece of their tax, then they're going to have a tough time, making money. And the debt, most governments are in, a huge amount of debt, so they're gonna
And it stops again, bro.
they're gonna
I'm trying to put it to a halt.
they're gonna try, yeah.
Do you think that like by them doing that, don't you think do you think that's like the wrong way of approaching it? And do you think just resorting straight to banning it actually causes more of an issue, or do you think that they should kind of just like, hey, look it over and be like, okay, hey, this is how we can use this to our advantage. Maybe we could have some of our reserves into mining rigs, for example, and own, a good amount of stake in the Bitcoin network. What do you believe they should be doing? Just to get some more outsider opinion. Do you think that they should embrace it and add it to their plan, or do you think that maybe banning it for now might be in the best interest of what's happening, or do you just think that they just shouldn't ban it and just let people do what they want to do with their money?
I mean, for me, I think that it has a purpose for sure. I do think that right now it is used, for some things that are illegal, and I think, that's probably not the greatest thing. But, ultimately, the power is supposed to be in the people's hands. So if they have an issue with it, then they really should address it, with the people and let the people solve the problem.
Exactly. It's always, I feel like it should always just be what people want to do, honestly, as long as it doesn't interfere with the infrastructure of how things are running. Let's see. So we have Iran places a halt on Bitcoin mining over the next 4 months. Iran has officially banned Bitcoin mining in a recent statement. The country's president, Hassan Rouhani, says that the nation has been the victim of numerous blackouts over the past several months, and officials are claiming the extraction of new digital coins could be the cause. Thus, the government is not willing to take any chances and is setting a ban in place before things can potentially get worse. Boy. Oh boy. So they are saying that they've been a victim of numerous blackouts, and that's why they're banning like Bitcoin. Oh, it just seems like they don't know what's happening. This is just some FUD, man. This is FUD, like literal FUD. Iran ends all BTC mining for now. Bitcoin mining has been under serious scrutiny as of late, with Bitcoin experiencing one of the biggest booms in its 12-year history. Many say that the costs of Bitcoin mining are rising through the roof. They're concerned that the extraction process is causing heavy damage to the Earth's environment, and thus reports have emerged claiming mining operations now require more energy than many countries, including Argentina and Iceland. Wow. Okay. Is nobody out here talking about how banks consume massive amounts of energy? Like, what? No way.
Wants to, at least, you just can't get it.
Brad, I read the article. So they're banning it because they're saying that they've been having blackouts because of because of Bitcoin.
Yeah, so that's what I would say too if I was that government, right? Because you can't just tell people that you're banning it because you want to maintain control. That's just not a good look. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. Like, I read that, I'm just like, what the heck?
Yeah, so I mean, some country like that, you're getting a lot of people buying up Bitcoin right now. We're seeing a lot of open interest rise on Bitcoin, and there's is some bids coming in. But you know, news out of a country like that is really not as important as if the United States says that they're going to start regulating or doing something with Bitcoin, or like how China did. Um, that's that's a big something big to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And Brad, do you wanna show your screen real quick and see what it is that you're looking over?
Um, yeah, I can share the screen. Um, I
Okay,
mean, I'm sharing the screen right
I got
now,
you.
so
Your screen's up right now. The wide monitor.
okay,
I just have to go do something real quick.
okay. So you guys are getting kind of an inside look right here. I'm trading the ES right now. Um, so kind of wants to go green by 2025, 2030. Yeah, maybe they do. If well, I mean, we'll kind of see, I guess, but I don't know if they actually really want to go green, if they're just kind of saying
Uh,
they want to go green.
I'm not just data test this poor low right here at 1275, so we need to.
I didn't get that second fill right there. Um, Another poor low kind of putting in. We are seeing some selling down here though, for sure. So if we can get this push through these lows right here, if we can get a push through these lows, we should spill. I kind of want to see if we can close these single prints in one go.
I
Um,
think that's what they're building up for right now. So
yeah, it
I don't know
does
if
look
we'll
like
make it
it.
down to that 6, but definitely to the top of that T overnight
The
T. So
the R1 is down all the way at 3, so there is definitely a chance. But you guys aren't seeing my screen?
I got R1 at 5, man.
Oh, so C130 didn't share my screen. Sorry, guys. I don't have a I don't have the power to share my
Oh,
screen
bro,
on
my
his
bad.
computer.
I did not notice that I did not do that. Sorry. Go ahead.
Is it tons of?
Your screen's back up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, your screen's up right now. My bad. I did not change
Okay.
it.
Yeah, so we're
Got a
getting
bull trap right here, dude. Got a lot of
yeah,
responsive
we're
buying
getting
off
some
that at 1275.
we're getting some nice selling right here
Just
for
busted
sure.
it by 1 tick too right now too. So watch out if we don't put any more value below that, then we're gonna run back up.
If
Just
you
run
guys
right
wanna
now.
if you guys wanna
Trying to
check
take
out
profit to break even.
I could put Bitcoin up here too. Let me see.
Let's see here.
Um,
Guys, I'm gonna have my second one. Look,
Second one.
there's these Coca-Colas that have coffee in them. Oh, they're so good.
Drinking a second energy drink.
Well, they only
Just one.
this one only it's my second one, but this one only has 68 milligrams. So.
Second one today.
Yeah, it's only 60.
Oh my God, savage.
You drink a bang in the morning. That's 300 milligrams.
Just one tick that A low, dude. I don't trust
How,
this B
how
right
you gonna
now.
call me?
Yeah, I gotta move my stop down. I'm not a huge fan of this. Might have to click the eject button real quick.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Yeah, I got one. I got
Boomer
locking
moment.
at least a point right here, but if not, this would be a free trade. Some.
Ugh. Here, I'm gonna go back to some of the articles.
Got Delta right here, it's struggling to stay positive right now. Got a lot of action, dude. Because I think earlier we were saying like 360,000 contract at 420 right now. So
There we go.
there we
There's that.
go.
There's
There
that
we go.
push. That's what
Oh,
we were
that's
looking
good.
for.
Let's go.
Now let's see if we can close these single prints.
I'm moving stop.
Move your stop into profit.
I'm gonna meet
Above
you
A
guys real
high
quick.
here. Oh shit, we're coming down. Fuck, move it.
Okay. All right, yeah, guys, they're trading, and it gets pretty intense. So, anyways, they Iran, right? BS. Okay, screw that. They just want to ban Bitcoin. They don't want it, but they have a good stake in it, so whatever. Okay, quarter one SEC filing shows Argentinian tech giant Globant invested in Bitcoin. Globant, one one of the big four tech firms in Argentina, has quietly made its foray into the world of cryptocurrency investing, according to its latest filing to the SEC. The firm bought Bitcoin during the first 3 months of this year and is now part of a selected number of LATAM unicorns that have taken the approach of putting some of its value in crypto assets. Globant, kind of a weird name, Globant invests in cryptocurrency. So Globant, a software, I already read that. Why does it have what I just read up here? Cool. The filing states Globant purchased the aforementioned worth of Bitcoin, but doesn't specify the number of Bitcoins that were purchased or the price the company paid for them. However, the filing does clarify that Globant will recognize impairment losses if the price of the asset falls behind the price of the acquisition, and gains will not be recorded until the sale of the asset. While some USA-based companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla and asset managers like Grayscale have been quick to jump into the cryptocurrency bandwagon, its LATAM-based counterparts have had a more tepid approach to this new asset class, which is good. This might be related to how quickly these companies embrace innovation and how they manage the risk versus opportunity balance due to their own business models. That's great, guys. We have other companies adopting Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin, is not affected by this now, but they are accumulating at a great amount. Things are looking good, right? It's nice to have Argentinian tech companies get in and try to get this asset. I mean, why not? Why not have exposure to Bitcoin? It's literally the future of how things are going to be running. So it says here, Argentinian companies have started to embrace crypto. However, Globant is not the first Argentinian company that has made inroads with cryptocurrency. Mercado Libre, an e-tailer company, I'm assuming they do retail, that has a big footprint in LATAM, bought 7.8 million in Bitcoin this month. 7.8 million, declaring it as a part of their treasury strategy, potentially hinting at more Bitcoin purchases down the road. Mercado Libre also launched a real estate platform that only accepts Bitcoin as payment. Only accepts Bitcoin as payment. So they have to make sure that the demand is there that's willing to buy up what they have with Bitcoin, which means that their marketing team or whatever their business model has, whatever they looked into, says that they can sustain Bitcoin as payments, that there is a great demand of people, that there are people buying Bitcoin in such magnitude that people can buy it or can buy things with it. It's crazy, guys. That is freaking crazy, right? It's right here in front of our faces, okay? It's all right here. Bitcoin realizes losses of 3.2 billion, but price recovers above investors' buy and hold floor. Cool. So title pretty much says the Bitcoin price rejected, but it recovers above where people were buying and holding originally. Summary. Let's go through a quick summary. Cryptocurrency prices recovered but remain well below recent all-time highs, with the Bitcoin price recovering to the average cost of Bitcoin held by investors who entered in the last 12 months, which typically provides a price floor and is currently $37,800. Despite the price recovery, significant losses were made last week of at least 3.2 billion for Bitcoin sent on-chain at a loss. This is the largest one-week USD loss, but percentage losses were below those of the late 2017 and mid-March 2020 price falls. The announcement of tighter regulation on cryptocurrency mining and trading in China raised questions in the industry about the importance of miners in the market. Chain analyst data, providing the most complete view of on-chain activity, suggests they provide relatively little liquidity at just 1% of exchange inflows in May 2021 so far. While miners sent more to exchanges at the end of last week, so did others, suggesting miners did not drive further price declines. Okay, guys, this is, we're going through a healthy market correction. Okay, we dropped hard, but we have to understand, healthy for Bitcoin isn't 10, 20, 30%. It's like 50%, like 40%. You need to have these, because after having the price runs up so fast, everyone's accumulating, the price becomes quickly overvalued, and things are they just have to come back down naturally, just the way the market is. It is just the way it is, guys, okay? So, I mean, it says it right there. So, despite the price recovery, okay, the significant losses were made, and it was 3.2 billion Bitcoin that was sent at a loss. I mean, 3.2 billion, US dollar worth of Bitcoin. all that was not the same value as it was when they bought it. So, you know, that 3.2 billion depreciated in value from the acquisition price. Which means what, right? People just bought the top, and their Bitcoin, it just dropped. It's low. Their Bitcoins are, you know, tossed over the hill, and they just said, you know what, I can't keep on holding on to this thing. Why would I do this thing, you know? So, well, why would I do this to myself? So, let's read a little bit more. Cryptocurrency prices have recovered somewhat from last week's low. Last Wednesday, 19th May, the Bitcoin price reached as low as $29,925 and the Ethereum price as low as $1,948. Today, Wednesday, 26th May, the Bitcoin price is above 38.5K and the Ethereum price is above 2,700. However, despite these gains, prices are still well below recent all-time highs. The possible cause of the price fall could have been covered extensively throughout the industry. As I wrote last week, they range from Elon Musk's tweet to the environmental concerns and an overheating market. My view that the stakes are now too high for investors not to address concerns received some validation, with Coinbase appointing their first chief policy officer and Michael Saylor and Elon Musk forming the Bitcoin Mining Council to provide data on energy usage of Bitcoin mining. That's interesting. So I guess Michael Saylor and Elon Musk are now forming some sort of council to see how much data truly gets spent on the Bitcoin network. That's good. That's bullish. So, I mean, Bitcoin doesn't use as much energy as everyone says it does, okay? The banking industry uses more energy than Bitcoin does. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's a joke at this point. It really is a joke. It seriously is a joke. I wouldn't even worry about any of that stuff. Let's move on. Really basic stuff, right? Everything is tying down to energy consumption. Like, what the heck? Crypto whales just bought, wow, that is a lot of Bitcoin. It's like almost $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. So crypto whales just bought $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. Blockchain Insight platform Chain Analyst is revealing that large investors purchased tens of thousands of Bitcoin as the largest crypto asset by market cap tumbled below $40,000. In the Blockchain Analyst firm's latest market intelligence report, Chain Analyst discloses that some investors exited their positions at a loss. Bitcoin whales bought massive amounts of Bitcoin at the height of the Bitcoin correction. I mean, boom, more confluence, right? They bought the top. They were holding on to that Bitcoin. It looked good. And then that man said, ugh. Like, you know, imagine holding on to something and going, ugh. You know, you don't want that. You do not want that, guys. You want to grab your bag and be like, all right, let's go. You don't want to be like, ugh, you know, because when you're going downhill with something, it's super heavy, it's going to suck. I mean, granted, it does suck going uphill with stuff. But if going uphill is making you money and you're carrying something heavy, you're going to be more incentivized to go up there with what you have. If you're going downhill with it and you're not getting anything out of it, why not just leave it at the top? And that's why the price drops. All right, dope. Transaction fee of Bitcoin, ETH slumped to 6-month low. Fees for BTC, LTC, okay, not really too important. I don't really care about Mark Cuban or what he says. That one sounds interesting. More Bitcoin. Okay, so American convenience store chain now accepts Bitcoin payments. Retail crypto payment acceptance in the United States continues to grow at Sheets announcements plans to allow the use of digital currencies in its outlet across the country. In a release issued on Thursday, the convenience store chain announced its partnership with digital payments provider Flexa to enable customers to pay for products and services with cryptocurrencies. As part of the announcement, Sheets revealed that the crypto payment option was for both in-store items and gas pumps at their over 600 outlets across Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, and West Virginia. Cryptocurrencies that will be accepted by the convenience store chain includes Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, amongst others. The company crypto payment adoption move is also an extension of its business relationship with point-of-sale payment provider NCR. Apart from enabling Bitcoin and crypto payment, Sheets also plans to allow customers to link their Flexa-enabled payment apps with the company's loyalty rewards program. Indeed, crypto is seeing significant adoption in the rebates and loyalty rewards arena, with digital currencies being seen as viable for rewarding patrons. The sheet's announcement now adds convenience stores to the growing list of businesses accepting crypto payments in the United States. Back in March, luxury hotel brand the Keiser Collection debuted crypto and stablecoin payment options for guests. As previous reports by Cointelegraph, a MasterCard survey from earlier in May revealed that up to 40% of respondents across the globe expressed interest to use crypto for payments in 2022. Indeed, retail crypto payment adoption has been on the rise in recent times, with payment giant PayPal entering the fray back in 2020. In March, the company began allowing U.S. customers to pay with Bitcoin for online shopping. By April, PayPal was forecasting its crypto commerce revenue exceeding $200 million in only a few months of deploying cryptocurrency payment solutions. It's insane. It really is insane. Everything that's happening right now, people are making money off of Bitcoin, so they're inducing and introducing Bitcoin into their business models. They're bringing this asset, plugging it into what they have already, and it's amplifying what they have. It all boils down to the amount of percentage gains. Bitcoin's going to kill it. So if somebody has a great business model, they're going to be the ones that are going to benefit from Bitcoin the most. Bitcoin is going to rapidly increase because it's a great asset with a great business model, and the effect is going to ripple. It just is. It just is. It just is. Canada-based Purpose Ether ETF assets under management breached 50,000 Ethereum. Wow, that's a lot of Ethereum for an ETF. The Canadian Purpose Group Ether ETF has breached 50,000 Ethereum worth 122.7 million in assets under management, even when the price of the second largest cryptocurrency has registered a 50% decline from the top during the recent market corrections. The Ether ETF was launched by the firm on April 20th, and in just over a month, it has reached a major milestone, indicating high institutional demand for the second largest cryptocurrency. ETH, guys, gotta look into ETH. Great asset. ETH is currently trading just above $2,400 with a price decline of 2% over the past 24 hours. Ethereum institutional demand has peaked this bull season, and some of the top financial giants, including the likes of JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, have heaped praises for the second largest digital asset and even claimed it has the potential to unseat Bitcoin as the store of value. That's freaking crazy. That is crazy. Man. Purpose Group also launched the world's first Bitcoin ETF in February this year, which turned out to be a success as well. Yeah, it's a success and currently holds over 19K Bitcoin. The Canadian firm offers institutional investors to invest in physically settled Bitcoin contracts held in cold storage by the firm. So, I mean, like, what else do you need to see, right? What else is important out here? What else is important out here, you know? Let's hear what Brad has to say about this. Let's hear what Brad has to say about. Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Ethereum, man? Like, how do you see Ethereum playing out, like with Bitcoin and everything? Do you think it'll be a competitor?
I think eventually it will. Yeah, I think eventually what will happen is because right now they trade pretty much exactly the same, right? They're extremely correlated. And so eventually over time, my opinion at least is I see Bitcoin going to more of like a gold, like a safe haven asset. And people will put money in Bitcoin when some of the other coins, like, people are going to try to break the code, right, on some of the blockchain, and people are smart, right? Right now they can't do it, but eventually they're going to be able to do it. This is human nature. We tend to solve things, that we can't figure out, right? And so what I see ETH as is more of like a Apple, Facebook type early stages, whereas Bitcoin would be more like a gold. And then so people will start to rotate out of, Bitcoin into ETH, which will drive the price of ETH up and drive the price of Bitcoin down. And I think they'll start to negatively correlate with each other over time. And I'm actually like, not really hoping for that, right? But I just, looking at history, that's just kind of what I see.
Okay, yeah, I feel that. I feel that. So someone said, "Boys, when are you gonna start trading Ethereum?" That's the real question. Brad was actually talking about that yesterday, Jake.
Yeah, so today we're gonna clean up the Discord a little bit. We have like a million pages, so I want to clean it up, and I'll put the buy and sell session um with Bitcoin and ETH, and then you know we have some good people that are looking at charts here. So if people want us to take a peek at some other altcoins or stuff like that, then I'm more than happy to take a look at it.
150%, guys. Willing to. We're all willing to do this. Can you guys put in the chat? How do you guys liking the news so far? Is this something we should keep? Is this something we should take away? What do you guys think? Every day at 6:30 in the morning, we can give you guys your daily dose of news to help you guys out and keep up with the space. You don't have to go out there and look at all these other articles. I'll have them all popped up every morning, 6:30 a.m., and I will read you guys the news. What do you guys think? Yes, no? Let me know in the chat. My reading is a little bit rusty, okay? Just a little bit. I just have to keep reading, and eventually the videos will get better. With time, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying, Brad? Feel me? You feel me, bruv?
Yes, I just don't do the English accent because I'm terrible at it.
I feel you, mate. It actually takes a little
Yeah.
bit of practice. Just gotta get used to it.
Single prints formed in B, James.
Anthony Flores says, I love it, bruv. Will help with my schedule astronomically. Andy says, yes, news is good. Jake Patton. Yep, I'm feeling this.
Hey, KPAC says that some scammers joined the Discord. So ordinary performance, if they're in the Discord, just boot them out.
Gotcha. Tank. Oh, we got Tank Emptier in the. Bro, we got Tank Emptier in the house, Brad.
What's up, Tank?
It's good, bro. If you have the time, great time for me. I'm the UK. Michigan says, I dig it. Gives me something while I'm working. Jake says, keep them coming. Ryan Phillips said, Bitcoin was created with the purpose to replace the Federal Reserve. ETH purpose is different. To product and service. ETH is the fuel for its network. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. I definitely agree with you, man. ETH, I do see what you're saying about Bitcoin, how, it was created to, pretty much destabilize our current monetary system. But I definitely think that what Ethereum is going to end up doing is going to be a lot more massive than any of us anticipated. Why is that? Well, it's simply because Bitcoin has a set issuance rate. And what happens is every 4 years, the issuance rate decreases.
Yeah, we're hitting these single prints.
No, you're good here. I got to mute myself because I'm going to end up talking. Or you know what? I'll just keep it short. Anyways, Ethereum is going to start burning their coins and it's going to shoot the price up because only people in the future that will ever be able to have newly minted Ethereum will be the people nowadays who only have 32 Ethereum that become validators on the network. That's it. That's the only way that anybody will ever get new Ethereum. Only way. Everything else after that, every single user, every single person, everybody that uses the Ethereum network, which is one of the biggest networks out there for decentralized finance, every time that they transact through it, they're gonna pay a fee that is never gonna be seen again. Y'all are gonna see when the London upgrade hits, the Ethereum price, right? It's not financial advice, but the Ethereum price, from what I see, is gonna skyrocket. It's gonna be a shift. Why is that? Well, you gotta think about it, right? If you can only ever have a newly minted newly minted Ethereum by having 32 now, it's gonna cause a demand surge on top of the already existing demand surge, and it's gonna decouple from Bitcoin. That's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna. If you have something more of next year, on top of the fact that what you have is going to be issued less next year, but you're also getting back more of that, your stack is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because after the London upgrade, if you have 32 ETH now, you're going to be getting paid back in Bitcoin. I'm sorry, and if you have 32 ETH now, you're going to be getting paid back in ETH for having 32 ETH for staking and being a validator, on top of the gas fees being burnt and your currency that you have being worth more because there's not as much as there was last year to this year. Like, It's just basic economics. Does that make sense, Brad, or am I overcomplicating it?
No, that makes sense to me. The way that I look at ETH is, oh, hang on, I'm getting a call. Hang on a second.
Oh, you're chilling, bro. What about you, 3 a.m.?
Dude, I'm paying attention to the trade I'm in right now.
Oh, you're paying attention to the trade. You're chilling. You're chilling. But anyways, guys, ETH, right? ETH. Super, super, super good to have. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself again. Okay, so it says right here, Ethereum price analysis. ETH is showing signs of fresh increase to 3K. This is from this morning. So we have Ethereum price formed a base above 2,200 and is slowly rising against the US dollar. Ethereum price is now trading above $2,500 and the 55 simple moving average, which is 4 hours. There was a break above a crucial bearish trend line with resistance near $2,550 on the 4-hour charts. Data feed from Coinbase. The pair is likely to rise steady towards the $3,000 resistance zone in the near term. Ethereum price is slowly moving higher above, higher above the $2,500 mark against the US dollar. ETH/USD could gain pace if there is a clear breach above the 3K resistance. Ethereum analysis. In the past few days, there was a base formation in Ethereum above $2,000 zone against the US dollar. ETH traded as low as 2,182 before it started a fresh increase. The price broke many hurdles near the 2,400 and the 2,500 resistance level. There was a break above a crucial bearish trend line with resistance near 2,550 on the 4-hour chart. The pair climbed above 50% fib retracement level of the recent decline from the 2,909 swing low to 2,182 low. The price is now trading above 2,500 and the 55 simple moving average. Yeah, the price is now trading above 2,500 and the 55 simple moving average. An immediate resistance on the upside is near the 2,730 level. The 76.4% fib retracement level of the recent decline from the 2,909 swing high to 2,182 low is also near the 2,730 level. A clear break above the 2,730 level could start a strong increase above the 2,800 level, and the next major resistance on the upside is near the 3,000 level. So apparently, if we break, right, a clear break above the 3,000 zone could start a strong increase. And on the downside, the 2,500 level is a decent support. The next major support may possibly be near the 2,200 level. Any more losses might call for a drop towards the 3,000 level in the near term, according to this. So 3K ETH, yay, right? 3K ETH. And the rest is really XRP news. So you have the court denying the court denied SEC access to Ripple's legal advice, and I mean, ultimately Ripple's just getting slammed, but they're actually getting some good feedback, right, from the court. Ripple has scored another win in its ongoing legal battle against the United States Securities and Exchange Commission as the court has denied the SEC access to Ripple's legal advice. Magistrate Judge Sarah Netburn of the District Court for the Southern District of New York ruled Sunday to deny the SEC's motion to compel Ripple to produce memos discussing SRP sales with the firm's lawyers. According to the SEC, Ripple could even be aware that XRP could be a security from its legal advisors before moving forward with its token sale back in 2013. The SEC filed a motion on May 7th to compel Ripple to produce all communications discussing any legal advice Ripple sought out or received as to whether its offers and sales of XRP would be subject to federal security laws. In the latest ruling, Netburn referred to the attorney-client privilege that is meant to encourage full and frank communication between attorneys and their clients, thereby promote broader public interest in the observance of law and administration of justice. The judge noted that Ripple has not waived its attorney-client privileges, despite defendants being able to waive it in numerous circumstances. The ruling also pays attention to the rule of fair notice, which requires the courts to construe ambiguous criminal statutes in favor of the defendant. In asserting this defense, Ripple claims that the SEC failed to provide market participants with fair notice that the regulator considered XRP a security. In support, it cites to the SEC's 8-year delay in pursuing enforcement action against Ripple for its alleged securities violation. Even after XRP was listed on over 200 cryptocurrency exchanges, billions of dollars of XRP sales transactions had taken place, and Ripple had entered a settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice and FinCEN that described XRP as a convertible virtual currency, Netburn wrote. The judge noted that the SEC may renew its motion application if Ripple raises its beliefs or relies upon its privileged communicators in support of its fair notice defense. The latest ruling is yet another milestone in the SEC's battle against Ripple after the regulator filed a lawsuit against Ripple Labs CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Executive Chairman Chris Larsen in December 2020, alleging that XRP was a $1.3 billion unregistered securities offering. Oh my. Ripple has managed to achieve a series of legal victories, including winning cases to internal SEC discussion history regarding cryptocurrencies in April. The court also denied the SEC the ability to disclose financial records of Garlinghouse and Larsen. Last week, Garlinghouse confirmed Ripple Labs plans to go public after the firm resolved its case with the SEC, stating that the likelihood of a scenario was very high at some point. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. XRP, right? They're just trying to slam it down because of the potential that it has to literally disrupt how money is transferred in the modern system that we have. It's ridiculous that they just want to say that they're so set on saying that this thing is a security, but it is no different than any other altcoin out there. I wouldn't even XRP is on its own league with things, honestly, because A, they're fighting back, which shows confidence in the team. B, they're winning. C, it's not a security and they're trying to say it's a security, so it's FUD. D, why are they targeting just XRP? Because Ethereum and XRP, right, the way that they are described as currencies, if XRP is a security, Ethereum is a security. I'm not even going to talk about Bitcoin because you can't even do much about Bitcoin at this point because we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is, so they can't even ban it. But like, there is hypocrisy in the space, and there seems to be some sort of personal interest to drive the price of XRP lower, if not delisted completely from, from the Security and Exchange Commission. They don't like it. They want to take it down. So, I mean, but at the same time, right, XRP solves a very big fundamental issue with the world, and that's the transaction rate, the transaction speed of your currency. And, something like XRP could definitely disrupt what was going on now. Ryan Phillips, they're about 5K blockchain, do the same thing as XRP without being centralized. I mean, the thing is that XRP, it just has the fastest transactions per second. There hasn't been other coins that are able to do the same thing. Their TPS is crazy high. It's crazy high. And we can plug, honestly, this thing can get plugged into bigger things that we don't know about. Like, imagine the whole entire stock market populating in real time, right? It solves a fundamental issue. The stock market still goes off of the SWIFT system, and it's old and outdated. Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
As far as XRP, like, what do you think about the whole SEC filing? Why do you think the SEC is trying to go after Ripple Labs next so hard? Like, because they're not letting off. What do you feel like your speculative point may be from your opinion?
I'm not sure. It's just like there's probably like a personal vendetta or something behind the scenes that that we're not really catching wind of, that they're really trying to do, because they beat the first lawsuit, and now they're just still going at it. So it really is just, I mean, there's so much behind the scenes stuff that we don't catch wind of, being retail traders. So it's just, it's just kind of an unknowable thing, I think.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, do you see XRP disrupting the current, system that we have now? Do you see it being a thing that could possibly take other systems out of business? Like, for example, how the stock market uses the SWIFT system, which is what populates the data. Like, could you see XRP, being a thing you can plug into something like that so that stock prices or commodity prices populate in real time?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of possibilities, with it. Kind of like the pullback in Bitcoin, when we got all these retail traders losing money, and our government is just accumulating a bunch of Bitcoin. It's kind of the same thing about like XRP, XLM. Those are the two ones, and I'm pretty deep in both of those. I see the possibility of utility with them, and both of them are so cheap. So when they do jump, they should, if they get adopted, they'll have a significant jump. If they don't get adopted, right, then you just it's just a gamble at that point. You just lost the gamble, so that's fine. Um,
Yeah.
it just depends if it just depends because there's a couple of other coins out there that kind of do what XRP does. Um, I think that they are pressing XRP so much because if XRP does get adopted by the banks, they want to be able to regulate it a little bit because unfortunately banks are kind of shady, and so banks will do what they need to do in order to increase their ability to borrow or to lend, I mean, and if they're able to move certain money around at lightning speed without having to really do any
Exactly.
of these communications, then it'll be harder to track for the feds and then for the government. So it just, I mean, there's just so much behind the scenes, right? So like for me, I don't really try to get tied up in any of that stuff. I just, kind of just wait for it. Wait for the news, and then once the news comes out, try to decipher what I think is actual news and then what is just fluff that they put in the news to try to, get you into a certain bias to put you the other way.
Like Iran banning Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And XRP, people say there's a lot of other coins that do the same thing XRP does, but the thing about XRP, man, is the team behind it, they're fighting for this. They don't care. They're going down to the ground and they're winning. They're winning so far, which is great. And when this thing gets listed again, it's going to be insane because the price is going to shoot up to the freaking moon because of how much utility is behind XRP and because of the fact that nobody can get XRP right now. So there's a sudden demand, there's demand constriction going on right now. People, I remember when XRP first got delisted, I was looking for XRP and I could not find it anywhere. I think I found it in KuCoin, but like it's like like me, I want to find XRP, I can't get it nowhere. But when XRP comes back, what happens to coins that get listed, guys? The coins that pop up on Coinbase for the first time, they become overvalued very, very fast. So when
Stocks are
XRP,
coming out right now, 3 a.m.
Like a trade.
oh yeah, somebody was saying earlier in the chat, y'all sound like Mission Control when y'all were talking about like the trades and stuff.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
serious.
it's pretty much constant.
Here, I'm gonna read the rest of these news. One segundo. So it says here, right, guys? Another. We read that one. Blah blah blah. Ripple surges 15% following news that it wants to go public. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says that the San Francisco-based payment startup intends to go public once its legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is settled. Dude, they're very confident. XRP to go public. In an exchange interview during the Consensus 2021 event, Garlinghouse commends Coinbase following the crypto exchange's debut on the NASDAQ in April. Despite the fact that the general crypto market appears to be in decline, Ripple's native cryptocurrency XRP has risen a whopping 14.88% to $1. XRP is now trading at 1.02 with a market valuation of 44.21 billion at the time of this writing. To put this into perspective, XRP's price has risen by 390% over the past year. Wow. Garlinghouse says Ripple is considering pushing through with its plan to launch an initial public offering, but it will have to wait until the lawsuit with the SEC is
take
over.
off.
Okay, you're good, bro. Yeah. I'll talk to you later on, bro. Okay. In January 2020, Garlinghouse revealed to go public. IPO happened. Alleging Ripple's native asset was unregistered security. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, XRP price is gonna go up. It's going to go up because, well, you know what? It's going to get listed again. And once it gets listed again, everyone's going to want to buy it. They want it. They can only see the price going up, but don't know where to get it from. It's going to go up. Ripple plans to go public after SEC lawsuit over XRP is resolved. Okay. Same thing. You know, they're confident. They're going to go public again. They've already talked to Coinbase. SEC, la, 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 la. Same thing. This is big. State of Colorado considers tax payments via crypto. That's going to be great. Wow. The adoption of crypto in the U.S. has got a new push as Colorado Governor Jared Polis is eager to accommodate legislation for state tax payments via cryptocurrencies, as per report on news outlet The Independent. I'd be thrilled to be the first state to let you pay your taxes in a variety of cryptos, said Polis at the Consensus 2021 virtual conference on Tuesday, announcing his next step will be talking to Mark Ferrandino, the executive director at Colorado Department of Revenue. That is huge. Huge. Imagine. They're going to have to announce this, I would assume so, in some way, shape, or form. And when they do, and the Colorado, the Coloradians get that announcement, guys, and they can pay in crypto, I mean, they're gonna get paid in crypto. They're gonna see how much their reserves go up by. They are going to get a lot of good money from it. And then on top of that, everyone's gonna be incentivized to use it because they're gonna literally essentially just sponsor it. Oh, I'm reading the chat. Anyways, that's if they get permission, that'd be awesome. VanEck lists crypto ETPs on Euronet stock exchanges in Amsterdam and Paris. The New York-based investment management firm VanEck is listing cryptocurrency exchange-traded products, ETPs, on the Euronet stock exchanges in Amsterdam and Paris on June 1st. The investment firm said that VanEck Vector's Bitcoin exchange-traded note and VanEck Victor Ethereum ETN will both be listed on the two exchanges in Europe Tuesday with total expense ratio of 1%. That's really good. Because it's going to give a little bit of a surge. What is the Bitcoin price at right now? Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. It's doing good. The ETNs will give investors exposure to the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum without investors having to buy the crypto asset themselves. So none of that KYC stuff through other exchanges. They can buy it directly from their exchanges. Both ETNs are fully collateralized, and each ETN share represents the share of Bitcoin or Ethereum. So they have to actually have whatever value they're purchasing. VanEck will rely on Bank Frick as the custodian, which is regulated in the European Economic Area country of Liechtenstein. I reset. When the cryptocurrencies are held by the ETNs, will be kept in cold storage. Okay. So they have to actually buy whatever they're purchasing, which is nice, and people can get more exposure. So that's good. I mean, that's really good. So far, the news are good. This is the entire crypto currency market cap. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to post the Discord over here on the chat. Be sure to check it out. It's a cool place to be at if you haven't seen it. If you haven't been there. A lot of cool people. Very, very cool community. Everyone's calm. Everyone's chill. Everyone's just out here to help each other out, guys. And at the end of the day, it's all about making it. It's all about succeeding. It's all about being who you want to be and doing what you want to do. And when you're around a community of people who are doing what they want to do and being who they want to be, it's a great place to be because you're surrounding yourself around successful people. Because at the end of the day, success isn't measured by monetary gains. It's not measured by what you have. It's measured by who you are, and it's measured by the fact of you pursuing what you want to or not. It doesn't matter what you have if you're not doing what you want. It doesn't matter what's going on in life if you're not able to do what you want. And people in the Discord are all about doing what they want because they love their lives. They enjoy what they do. They have a keen passion for crypto. And we are all there to help each other out because that's what it's about. And it does not matter what anybody else has to say about Bitcoin or anybody else has to say about crypto. This is a revolution and we're going to change the world right in front of us. Why? Because we are the early adopters. We are the people who make the change. We are those who make the difference. Check out that Discord. People there are so cool, so awesome. They're so willing to help. There's everybody there. His mindset is just so pure. Their intentions are nothing but good. It's awesome. Great place. Great place. Also, guys, we have started an Instagram page. For those of you that are interested in checking that out, I can post that as well. We will be doing a giveaway, which is 20 people will be randomly selected after we have 500 followers on Instagram. And we will give them a private class. We will live stream portions of the class, but we'll give a private class on you know, how to become a better trader and how to do things, you know, from the investment perspective of higher individuals, i.e. like the market maker. Let me see if I can get that link right here for you guys. Got to go to my messages. Here is the link. Oh no, wrong one. I mean, whatever, I guess. I guess you could click on that maybe. I'm not really too sure. Nope, you cannot. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that from the messages there. Just give me 1 second. Not quite sure why it's acting like this, but it's okay. It's relaxing. I drank too much caffeine. I feel like I'm a little bit out of it. All right. There we go. Copy. And paste. Paste. Spam. Okay. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. We are a great group of people. We're trying to grow, and we are killing it. We're trying to hit 100 likes per video. That would be awesome. That would be super great. We're going to make some improvements to the Discord today. We have a TA team. We're chilling. We are chilling. But guys, let me see. Guys, try get guest speakers on the streams. Yeah. We're definitely trying, Andes. Definitely trying, man. Eric Troncaso, how do I know which coin looks good for a looks good on potential market cap? It really it really just depends, man. It depends on what you're buying. You have to have a good fundamental on what you're buying. I would only really look at market cap if you're trying to hold. But you know, we can go over that separately on, you know, in a different series, because it's its own lesson in itself. Ryan Phillips, yeah, you got some good info, man. You're smart guy, bro. Smart guy. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and cut the stream, right? Every morning at 6:30. We're going to have bangs and Bitcoin. Okay, just the news. All right, so everybody's watching here. 6:30 every morning. It's on the schedule. Be here, have the questions ready. I'm going to improve the series as we go on, and I'm going to add a Q&A time just so that way I can read and then read the questions. You know, it just makes it easier to separate both. That way I can read the article and then go into questions. You know, read the article, give a summary, go into questions, and then go to the next article, read it, summary, questions, and we can go on. But again, guys, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys are having a great day, morning, wherever you're at. You guys are freaking great. I love you guys so much. We're killing it. We're doing it. We're making it happen. We're just vibing. We're vibing. Check out the Discord. Good vibes there. Guys, have a good one. Take it easy. You guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy what you do. And honestly, guys, all together, just live life and never regret what you do, because, well, what you do makes you who you are, and you have to love yourself. So, guys, take it easy.